Yeah, we should have a starting screen with like things. Alright, there we go. Gonna wait for like 5 minutes real quick. Alright. Welcome everybody to our podcast. People that are not just joining. This is streamed live on Twitch and it's gonna be released on YouTube. And yeah, if you see this on YouTube, go check us out on Twitch. But welcome everyone. We still don't have a name for it, but you guys can come up with suggestions and give us names for it. But anyway, me and Uber are your hosts. Say hello. I don't know. We have nothing planned today, but hey. We don't know how many. Yeah.
Everything's still a bit of a work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is not like every week, but mostly it's probably gonna be due in, I don't know, probably once every week or 2 weeks, because we still have a lot of things to set up. And then mostly, and for the next episode, we have a bunch of guests planned that we're gonna invite. You know, people. We already told people, and I think I can list some of the people that are gonna be guests in the podcast soon. I know I talked to Larry, broadcast Larry. I talked to him. I don't know if he wants me to talk about what he's planning to do first, and then get on, our podcast. Also talk to Trainer Gabe. So other streamers that you might know, that we certainly know. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, I turned off my mic. I'm kind of heavy breathing, but yeah. Also, I do want to talk about something. Like on Saturday, me and Uber were in the call for like 4 hours trying to talk about. We were talking about the podcast on Saturday, and we literally were in the call the entire night, trying to come up with the podcast and doing stuff and doing everything basically.
So,
like,
why came back comes to me with this massive plan. He told me, I want to release a podcast. I'm just gonna start recording, ask people to get on and get guests on. And he's completely ecstatic about this idea. He comes to me, asks me to co-host, and he doesn't have a single thing planned out. Like, he has no idea how he's gonna do it. Absolutely no idea what we're gonna talk about. No idea what it will look like. All he knows is that he wants to record a podcast.
and
So,
that's my plan.
For me, I stayed up till about 4 a.m. just helping and compiling a whole bunch of plans, a whole bunch of things.
Which I'm
working
really
on this
grateful
little
though.
overlay.
Yeah. Like, and also like stayed up until 6 a.m. because I'm 2 hours ahead of Uber. And I just passed out. I woke up at 9 and then passed out again. But yeah, like, I was actually super thankful that Uber did agree, because the background and everything, that's all his. He helped me out, and I think he was a little bit pissed at me. Because I think it was like, I forgot what it was, but we were trying to figure out things. Basically, we were trying to figure out things, and I didn't know where this one thing was, and it was like, it's right there,
Yeah. Well, I came back definitely isn't the best at OBS.
Yeah. But the top box, If you guys have any questions, ask, and we might answer them later. But for the top box, is basically for our guests that are gonna come out. We're just doing the first episode to see how it's going. We're actually kind of 30 minutes late. I think. Well, I don't know. I was upstairs with my family cooking dinner, so I just made tamales and tortas for me. And then Uber was on Apex. It was grinding.
I hate Apex. That game is so dumb.
You have over 100 hours on it already.
I have like 40 hours in it.
Yeah. Well, Apex is fun. I'm not gonna lie. Apex is fun. There's other games that are gonna come out, but I think it was one called Scarlet Nexus, which is I believe it looks like a Souls-like game, but I'm not really good at Dark Souls because that's I'm just not good.
That's been a game I've always wanted to try. It's just
Dark Souls?
$1,000. Yeah. Maybe during the summer I'll get it. Beat the
Yeah.
entire thing.
I mean, I got Bloodborne for free because my friend got a PS5 and he let me put my account on his PS5, so I got like the PS5 collection with PS Plus, and that's only if you have a PS5. But I cheated the system, so I got like 30 new games, which was Bloodborne and other stuff like that, which was really fun. I did get like a lot of games, and it kept me entertained for a bit. And then I just went back on Kroger.
Spending hundreds of dollars on games just to play a browser one for free.
Uber, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but do you want to talk about a time where you just blocked me for a week because I just couldn't stop killing you in Kroger?
And I'll do it again.
Basically, background is, I think I was streaming. Yeah, I was streaming. We were hosting custom games, and we were on a friend group like Andy, I think Everyday Man Pass. We were all there, basically shooting each other in Krunker, which is a really fun FPS game. I really do highly recommend it. There's gonna be updates coming in soon. There's a lot of tryhards and twits, but it's really easy to master if you play a lot of FPS games. So, anyway. I kept killing him, and he got so pissed that he left and blocked me for a week because I think he said to use crossbows. So I did, and I kept killing him until he actually rage quits so hard.
So full. You were just Mach 5 hopping around the entire map, and you were in my face every single time I spawned in, folding me before I even had a chance to look at you.
At least I wasn't using sniper because I'm even faster with that. I think I also did hit like I was playing Krunker earlier today and I hit like a small little quad feed too. I was streaming a little bit earlier, but man, it's fun. There's actually wait, have you heard of the basically the Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight, like the stuff that has been going on? Yeah, you heard what happened between Jake Paul and Mayweather, right?
No, I don't think I have heard.
He made merch out of this, but he basically took Mayweather's hat and said, "Got your hat, got your hat," being like an annoying little kid, like saying, "I got your nose." So he took his hat, and that became so viral. But Mayweather was not happy. He was like really annoyed. So I think he jumped on him and started beating him, and the security guards were like trying to hold him back and holding Jake back. And then Mayweather got one clean punch on him, and like he got a black eye.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I just googled it, and it looks like Jake Paul is selling gotcha hat.
Yeah, he is, and
That's hilarious.
and because of that stunt, Keemstar was saying that he did like 5 million in terms of the tickets, because I mean that's what people want to see during like, I forgot what would they call it, but the meeting. That's what people want to see, like a actual fist, like a fist fight, which is actually really cool. And I kind of don't want to say it myself too. But hey, what the heck is this?
I'm pretty sure Jake Paul is still undefeated in his entire career.
I
He's
think
like,
so,
what,
yeah.
2 or 3-0.
Yeah, he was actually gonna fight a person named Garcia, but he backed out. But during one of his matches, Jake Paul was at Garcia's fight. But here's the thing, which really shocked Jake Paul a lot, and I think he didn't want to face him anymore. He knocked out his opponent in the first round with a lightning jab. It was like fucking fast, and it left me stunned. It really did left me stunned. It was really, really fast and stuff. Like, seriously, it's scary too. Like, you don't know, but it's scary being in a fight with an actual professional boxer. You know what I mean?
I definitely couldn't do it. Well, actually, I don't know if that's exactly true. I have a few friends at school, and we've all agreed that in exactly 5 years, we're gonna meet up and have an MMA brawl for, like, basically $1 billion. Which, I don't know exactly how it got started. I think it might have been after the Logan Paul fight. We all just started making jokes about it, and we all said, like, I could totally beat you in a fight. And we somehow agreed that 5 years, May 14th, it's gonna be a tournament. I think there's a total of 8 people, winner take all. So I got the next 5 years to train for it.
But you already spent like a couple of days on Apex and Kroger. Earlier today, me and my cousin were doing the one inch punch, and we were doing it each other, and we didn't really back down until my cousin did a 1 inch punch on me after doing it multiple times on each other. He did it, and he did it. I was ready for it, but I was like, he did it hard too, and we were always doing it hard, so it was nothing new. But it managed to push me back, and it went behind the wall and almost like made things fall. And we were just so surprised. And then my dad who was playing video games at the time, because I brought my PlayStation up because he had appendix surgery. Something happened to his appendix. Luckily, it didn't burst. He was just sitting on the couch playing video games, and he just looked at me like he turned his head right when I was like flew to the wall. It was like the Mickey meme, like when he says like, "What happened?" Oh, it was funny though too. It's so fun.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
So he just like knocked you over with his punch?
Yeah, like a 1 inch punch. And I was doing it to him too. We were both doing it hard, and I was ready for it, but somehow that just knocked me out on my feet. I think he did it harder this time. And then I got Oreos and milk, and then my Oreos like somehow opened up and then fell into the milk. They became sand, which is sad. But yeah, it's actually pretty fun though. Also, let's switch topics a little bit and talk about who you want to see. Like if this podcast does become good and stuff, who do you want to invite? Like what's your pick that you will take for like the next episode?
Well, we definitely need to see Savage Alaska on the podcast.
Yeah, I already did talk to him, and he said like after a couple of episodes he will join in and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe you can convince him though. You known each other for a long time, I think. But yeah.
I do definitely think I'd love to see a lot of people from the Surviv community, especially the ones that have moved on, just to see where they are now, what they did, what they moved on to.
Oh, true. Recently I came in contact with my friend from 2018, which played a lot of Surviv, and she was really into Surviv. Like, she can tell because, like, if you talk one thing about the lore of Surviv, she would just not non-stop talking about the lore of Surviv. Like, that's how interested she was. She won't stop talking about the Lord Survive if you mention it. But it was also kind of fun until I think she had to go to the hospital and then came back, but also go to the hospital again. And then she just lost her password to Discord and Twitch, which left her community and me a little bit worried, because the last time she streamed was back in like August or July of 2019, and that's when I also met you, Uber. I think you joined me in my streams, and then I saw you streaming, so I also joined you on the streams. Which is a long time, like 2019.
That feels like so long ago. Is that 2 whole years?
It's about to be 3 actually, I think. Or 2 actually. I don't know, probably 2 or 3. I'm not good with my years. But yeah, it's gonna be a fucking long time, especially since streamers from 2019. Like, I know Colin he still streams here now, and he's really active on Instagram too. But also James, which he came back in 2020, then left. But he's busy having a family. Actually, he has a kid, which you can hear in the streams, but he never really shows because he wants privacy. You know.
Yeah, I had no idea that guy had a kid.
Yeah. But he's fairly active on Discord, and surprisingly, his Discord server is like alive. It's never really dead. There's a bunch of people still talking about it on him. Like every day, there's like a new message, a couple new messages, but like still, for a streamer that has a stream in a long time, that's impressive for me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was never a Colin watcher. I don't think I ever tuned into any of his streams, but he's another person I kind of want to see on the podcast.
Yeah, I tuned in a couple of his streams here and now then, but never really stayed. I mean, some people like Savage Alaska, Larry, Marv, like those people, they don't really stream that much Survive, except for Alaska. He's streaming a little bit of Survive here and now then. But those are the people that I do want to come and see. But there's also some people I do want to come back to Survive and just play again. And now that there's a new community manager, hopefully things can take a good turn into the right direction. Because for people that don't know, the last community manager, which was the first one for Survive, because it was acquired by Kongregate, they did not keep up the legacy. Like, seriously, after Kongregate, the player base was just dropping. Like, seriously. In 2018, that was when it was biggest for streamers and YouTubers. Like, YouTube is still kind of, man, it's still alive, but the Twitch community of Survive, it's dead. Marv was the only one keeping it alive until he just switched to Krunker. He still plays in Here Now then. I think he has the tourney right now. But seriously, it's...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
I just checked out the Survive tab, and there's only 35 viewers.
Yeah, nothing how it was like last year, even though there was Kongregate too. That was before the Steam release, and when the Steam release day came out, it was wonky and still lagged. And when it took probably months later that the Survive client was playable, because I went on and it was not laggy, and even when I was streaming it, it was still not laggy. And keep in mind, Survive is a 2D battle royale, and for that to lag that much, even if you have a gaming PC that can run Modern Warfare in 100 FPS, that's bad. Like, yeah.
It is kind of baffling how a giant company like Kongregate can buy a 2D game and just make it so much worse than when it was handled by just 2 people.
Yeah. And at first, when people, noticed Kongregate buying Survive, I was kind of happy for them. Because, I mean, Kongregate has more money, and therefore new updates and new people that can program the game and have newer stuff. I was dead wrong. Because the only thing... they were pushing. They added a battle royale pass, which wasn't really needed in the first part, and they were just pushing it hard. Like the menu was like simple, and then they had the battle royale, which had it right in your face, and then they had the store and the battle royale thing, which took up most of it and just ruined the menu. Like absolute ruin it.
Yeah, I got so tired of the battle pass being the main part of the screen that I ended up making a custom background that just removed the battle pass entirely.
Yeah.
I think you've seen it in my stream at least a few times.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the custom background.
yeah. I think that's like the main thumbnail. Whenever I see you streaming, that's probably the main thumbnail, though, which is actually nice because there's an extension that you can use for it, but like I did talk about this a little bit on my stream when I was streaming Survive, that they should add like a mod menu or something like that, because imagine adding mods to Survive. I feel like there's gonna be more people coming in and making mods for the game, because there's extensions on browsers which only browser people can play, but have terrible lag and stuff. That
Yeah.
they can use like extensions that will buff out their layout, or can change one of their skins. I mean, I don't know what I have no idea what happened to the weapon skins they have. I like them because they were plain and simple, and it gave something to people that like the cosmetics for weapons, like something meaningful. And then they just ripped that out entirely and just focus on emotes.
That was definitely, I guess, not really the start of the downfall, but probably one of the biggest reasons why Survive is just so much worse. They just stopped focusing on actual gameplay and only cared about the skins and the emotes, just whatever they could do to make people pay for the battle pass.
Yeah. And here's the thing, the skins were painfully, you can just make them in like MS Paint.
They were not good.
Like most of them were just recolored skins that you can basically find in the ground, but with just lines. Like one of the season passes, like final outfits you can get, was basically circles with a purple background. And I was like, and I saw a video saying how easy it was, and they just did it in Google Docs. That's how bad it was. And there was
They
some.
really don't put a lot of effort in.
Yeah. And here's the thing, when they weren't putting any effort, there was a bunch of hackers one day, and it got really bad because people were streaming it and they were not doing nothing. So after a while, the hackers just left, and they're still hackers, but not as much as they used to be, because I mean,
I think the downfall of the hackers, like the decline in total hackers, is because people just aren't playing the game anymore. They don't care enough to hack.
yeah,
But there was a time when Isaacs was first starting to get popular, where over 10% of all players were hacking. At any given moment, you queue into a lobby, 1 out of the 10 people you run into are going to have hacks. And
yeah.
probably more than that too, because there's a lot of subliminal hacking you can do with like just basic ESP instead of aimbot.
Oh yeah, and I saw even some people like streaming the ice hacks and even having them as like a command and even in their panels. Yeah. It was bad. I mean, it still is. They didn't even update. They did this one thing, which you sent me the video, which it was from I Has You, and a little backstory of I Has You. There's a bunch of people, like back in 2019, 2020, where people always had this name as I Has You, and it just really annoyed me because there was half the game saying I Has You, and that just pissed me off. But in the video, it said Survive had the update, which was actually news to everyone. But they were separating the people with no accounts and the people with accounts into separate servers. And you think that's going to be good for the hackers. But oh boy, the first match he went into, he captained a hacker. Second match, he met another hacker.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Survive if there aren't hackers. I do think that that is kind of a good thing, but at the same time, it is so brain dead easy to make an account. You can just make a burner email and you can be playing with hacks in 5 seconds. If anything, I think that's really gonna harm the total player base if you're splitting them both up.
Oh yeah,
Because not everyone's on an account. It's just gonna make lobbies fill even less.
yeah, and also, uh, the report button they have. Oh boy.
Do anything?
Yeah, and even when you clicked on it, it was like going into like a legal site. It was like trying to scam your info. It was like just gray backgrounds and normal font text, and that's it.
Yeah.
It was like looking at a Google Doc. It was bad. But I mean, I remember in 2019, which I was streaming both Civ and Crunker at the same time. I think I was streaming it in the right category at the time because during 2020 there was like two categories of Crunker. One where everyone was streaming and one that had the IO at the end. But this was back in 2019. So I was streaming Crunker and Civ, and at that time both Crunker and Civ had like the same number of viewers. And then jump ahead a couple months when Congo already acquired and was going downhill, and then Crunker just shot up. But here's the thing. During when they were moving Crunker to Steam, they actually took their time on like Congo it, which tried to rush it.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and I think SJ Cryptic made a video saying that it wasn't Steam's fault, it was Congress' fault because they tried to push it and give us a fake date. It was supposed to be released in like September and then come out like until a couple months ago or something like that. Yeah, but the people over there in Crunker, which is still a small team, they made their own studio and just published it themselves and really took their time on Steam and released it there. Which, let me just say something. There's a whole lot more reviews on Crunker than Civ, and they're mostly good. But the most negative ones I see are praising the game, but are just saying that there's a bunch of sweats, tryhards, and not good matchmaking and stuff like that. And I can agree. You can agree too, right?
Yeah. It is kind of astounding to see how Surviv and Crunker were once comparable in player bases, and now you look at it now and it's like Crunker is just so much more, and it's got so many more players. It just shows you how important it is to actually handle and maintain a game instead of doing what Kong did.
Yeah, and especially they even like content creators did their own event to help out with like charity, and Swagger Souls, Toby on the telly, Swixy said all the other streamers were streaming all together to raise up money for like charity, and the devs actually helped out with making their own skins as straps so people can come watch them and also get the word out and help them make money so they can all donate to charity, which was actually really nice considering the fact that they're putting out the word, and even though people would just have them in the background, it's still nice, right? Like you can still make money, which is actually good. And then the only charity, like, I don't think no one did a charity event in Civ. Absolutely no one. The only thing I can think of, which is an event, was like the tourneys, which everyone came back actually. Remember when that happened? Uber.
Which tourneys exactly?
I think the first big one where you said like you also streamed it like practicing for the tourney. I forgot which one.
Oh yeah.
Like
you put money on the line and everyone will show up.
Yeah, like even some players that were coming back even came back. It was like astounding too. And that was probably when the Twitch viewer count probably shot up over hundreds. Like I saw a lot of people streaming, and that's probably because of school. Though, because like in the summer, there's obviously a lot more people streaming, and that's probably because of the issue why people just were busy with school and just stopped playing it. That's probably the issue because I mean during the summer on 2020 I saw a lot more people streaming, and a
Yeah.
lot more people rose up into like Savage. He was like in the summer he was getting 50 viewers per stream, like really good.
I saw him up in the 80s sometimes. I think on his
Yeah.
birthday stream, he broke the triple digits.
Yeah, he did
He
actually.
was absolutely killing the game with Surviv.
Yeah. He reached over like 5,000 followers actually, I think. And
Just
then
off of Surviv, yeah.
yeah, and he also did something similar to Crunker where he was, having 20 or 30 viewers per stream on Crunker, which is a little bit bigger game during 2020 because there was like over 1,000 people streaming and watching the game.
Yeah.
So just to get like 30 or 20 viewers on Crunker, which is a bigger game and has a bigger, like people, much more people streaming and much more people watching, that's actually kind of impressive, though. Which is-
Especially, I think it played into his favor a bit being from the Surviv community because a lot of the Surviv players, they also play Crunker.
Yeah. And another streamer actually that rolls up into fame and still has a massive fan base is J Rabbit. Like seriously, I remember meeting him and I think rating him and inviting
Oh,
him
yeah.
in to my 24-hour stream, which failed miserably. But I invited him and like he was really good. He was like streaming Surviv, and then I think he like switched games, but also still streaming Surviv and other IO games. But I think he just left Surviv early because I'm not gonna lie, I think he saw this and the Surviv community base was kind of toxic. But like he's been playing like any game he streams right now, he will probably get over 40 views. And that's because all the fan base he does, and he also does tutoring too, which some viewers also pay him to help him tutor, which is really nice. And he's a DJ and a singer, which if you haven't checked his account on Instagram, he's been doing this before streaming too, and he's also been streaming Crunker, which was really fun. But he hasn't been streaming Crunker recently. But like looking back in 2020, I think it was really really fun because I think we live in the same time zone, and he was just like him and is it his girlfriend or wife?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say girlfriend because they live in their own apartment, but they just
Yeah.
they just stay up all night just streaming together. And like during the summer, this was like back in 2020. They just stay up all night. And it was funny too because like they jog out in the morning, and it was pretty cool. He left his stream on while he was jogging at one time. I'm just remembering too much on the past, especially 2019.
J Rabbit was another one of the streamers that I just never started watching, but recently, I've been watching him a bit more, and it's kind of crazy to see that what he's become. Like he started all the way down in Surviv, and now he's a pretty popular music streamer. He's actually live right now playing Valorant to 30 people,
Yeah,
which is insane.
yeah, and we recommend him like checking him out because he's an amazing streamer. Like seriously.
We gotta get him on the podcast.
Definitely. I did told him about it. Well, like in secret, I told him to look at Instagram. He told me just tell me on Discord, which I haven't yet. But I told him to look at the podcast on the Instagram chat, which I have with a bunch of different streamers, and telling them because I already told other people, but I do want to get I did tell Trainer Gabe, which he's an amazing streamer too, which he came from Surviv as well. He was like one time I searched him up on school. I'm a school Chromebook because I was just bored, and I searched up Trainer Gabe because I was watching his videos, and he's also really good at editing, and he's a really good entertainer.
Yeah.
So I searched him up, right, and then I scroll and I see this person saying 1v1ing Trainer Gabe, and this was like in customs, and this was like before the summer, and like during that time, Trainer Gabe had like 20 or 30. He had a lot of people, and also, he made two YouTube accounts, one for Crunker and one for Survive. They're both over 10,000 subscribers, and the reason why he made two different accounts was because, well, people, people from Survive were like, just continue doing, Survive, don't do Crunker. People, he noticed that that's how people are gonna be, so he just made an entirely different YouTube channel for Crunker, and I was just astounded because I think he managed to get to 10,000 like subscribers in less than a month just by doing Crunker. And that, I just gotta say, it's
that
just
is crazy growth.
Yeah,
10,000 in a month. Yeah.
I think so. I'm not really sure. He's still, like, even then, when he streams like Crunker, he has this old clan that I'm into, which he invited me into. Like, every stream he does in Crunker is over 30 viewers, and his friend also too. Like, he got invited to a bigger clan as a content creator, which he was having the same amount of viewers as Gabe. He got invited to a bigger clan, and just by playing Crunker, I didn't know you can get up to things like that. Basically, and it's just amazing what people from IO games can do. Recently, someone by the name of Solarbowl that plays a lot of Crunker managed to get 100,000 subscribers by just playing Crunker on YouTube.
YouTube subscribers, right?
Yeah, YouTube subscribers.
Okay.
And he just got verified too, which is really cool.
Whoa. I know I has you from Survive is in the 100K marks,
Yeah.
but I don't know exactly where he is.
I think last time I checked,
But it is
was
kind of
like 130. I could be wrong, but he has been playing different IO games, right?
I don't know. I haven't really caught up with him. I never watched any of the YouTube Survive. I just played the game.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Speaking of like the topic of IO games, let's start with the original IO game, Agario. You remember that game?
Oh, Agario. I think it came out when I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, I think you're a grade above me right now. It came out when I was in like 6th grade. Yeah.
But I played that game every single day during lunch.
Yeah, we all did. We all did during middle school. Oh, that was so fun. I remember doing like a little video, but I was like bad at it. And it's fun, and I think it still has a bigger player base. But on Steam, there's different versions of Agario, which are knockoffs that were on Steam. I remember playing too, which led me to find this like IO game on Steam, which does not have a player base, but it looks really, really cool. And it's kind of like Survive, but it has like different modes, like Team Deathmatch. No Battle Royale has like different modes, like Free for All, Team Deathmatch, stuff like that. Which they should really add, instead of being a Battle Royale only and having, a couple modes. Like, start by adding, Team Deathmatch or Free for All, like stuff like that. Because if you can do 100, imagine doing 50-50 TDM. That would be amazing to see, because the 50-50 Battle Royale game, that's bad. That's, everyone hated 50-50.
I still hate most of the game modes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess for a game like Survive, it just wouldn't really work to be anything other than a Battle Royale.
Yeah. But it's kind of good. That's big to see. But let's switch topics to another thing, which I think you might be a little bit passionate talking about. Titanfall 2.
Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
I love that game, definitely.
It still has a big player base on, on PC and sometimes on PS4 and consoles. Like, it still has a big player base. Like, not big, but a lot of people didn't really notice it because it was like it was released while like other two games were also released, like Call of Duty World at War 2 and Battlefield 1. But if people didn't really, if Titanfall 2 came out differently, a lot of people would have played Titanfall 2 and loved it because
they came out at a really bad time.
Yeah, but they did a lot. Wait, they gave out like free DLC, and like I got the deluxe version when it was like $20 on PS4, and I just immediately fell into the game. And recently, when I had EA Play, which is a subscription on Steam, which is only like $5, I managed to play Titanfall 2 on Steam, and I fell in love with it back again. And yeah, it was free during the weekend too, and sometimes I was playing with Uber, and I was lagging all over the place. But I remember hitting nasty quick scopes too. And if you haven't played Titanfall, I totally recommend it. Even Uber will recommend it too. He doesn't like a lot of games.
I don't like a lot of the movement games. I like the aiming games. And Titanfall, it's definitely a movement game, but it is still so much fun.
Oh yeah.
There are some lobbies. I don't think there either isn't matchmaking or there aren't enough players for matchmaking. But there's some lobbies where you're just gonna 600-0 the other team, and there's other games where you just won't even get a kill. So sometimes it feels a little bit annoying, but it's still a really great game.
Yeah. If like I remember like when Titanfall 2 was like free to play, I remember seeing other videos coming out talking about Titanfall 2 and saying buy the game when it was like $10. And I agree because they were like expanding on it, saying it was like a good movement shooter, a lot of things they did right, and I think it's still getting updated, right or no? I'm not really sure.
I don't think it's received an update in a long time.
Yeah,
I know for the free weekend they updated something.
Yeah.
And probably just servers, but there's been no content since like 2011.
2011. That's the first Titanfall game that came out, though, right?
Yeah, same since day one. No, but it's been a very long time since they've updated it.
Yeah, I remember playing it with my friends on console, which we all agree was a really great game. Which it is, like seriously. Whether if you're on console or PC, we recommend playing it. Even have you finished the campaign on it or no?
I have, yeah.
I haven't
It's a
finished
good
all the way.
campaign.
Yeah, I haven't finished all the way, but from the time I've been playing it, it's really really good. It gets you addicting too. I got stuck at one part of the campaign, which I couldn't even pass because I kept falling down the map.
I think I beat the entire campaign in about 4 or 5 hours. I was just blazing through the entire thing. I've been wanting to replay it because I definitely played it too fast to actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just speed ran the entire game.
Speedrun 80%. But yeah, there's also other game modes. Like I know there was a co-op one, and yeah, which is really fun too. But it kind of requires you to play with other people as well, which I mean is kind of cool. But at the same time, I mean they give you a lot of enemies. But oh yeah,
I played it in the hardest difficulty, and I just it's not that hard of a game.
yeah, but it's really fun. Like a lot of the guns, I really do like the designs of. Like, they really did really good design, like gun designs, and the Titans. Oh boy. I really do like the designs of the Titans, even though most of them do look similar. But you can customize your Titans, and they have like different abilities. And they look really, really cool. And fighting, like, you can even punch each other as Titans. And sometimes you can, like, when they're really, really low, you can just decapitate their arms and everything. And it's so fucking cool. And you can, like, eject while that's happening. And, still get them down with, like, special weapons meant to take, Titans' health little by little.
You could tell me that game came out this year and I would believe you.
Oh yeah,
it's just so good.
Oh yeah, and still the player base on PC, it's freakingly big. Like if you load into a match right now, you're gonna get in like fairly quickly. And they have this like thing where you just like be sitting in like some kind of lobby without even knowing, and other people can invite you into their games, or or you can just matchmake into one. But it was kind of like a good idea, like because random people can just invite you to like a public lobby, which is really cool, and I kind of do like that idea. And I guess wait no, that was, I forgot what company made it already. It was EA, right?
Respawn?
Yeah, no, I think it was Respawn. I don't know, because even though it was made from EA, Battlefield 1 came out as well, so I don't know how they managed to do it. But doesn't Respawn also make the Battlefield games? Battlefield games or no?
They might. Yeah. I know they make Apex.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember when Apex came out, I was like intrigued. And I remember what they're like, it was like a year after Fortnite came out, we were saying, "Oh, this is gonna be the Fortnite killer. Oh, it's gonna be the Fortnite killer," because it had so much. It had a lot of more people streaming and had a lot more viewers than Fortnite. And
and in like a month, it was just dead.
But it still had a big player base, and even now, it's still kind of like the top 10, right? Top 10 games being streamed. Yeah, which is actually good and stuff like that. But remember when it took a while, like a fucking while, until Fortnite wasn't really in the like #1 spot?
It's probably just chatting now, but
Or League
what
of
is
Legends.
the #1 spot right now?
It could be League of
League of
Legends
Legends
or Minecraft, because have you seen the streamers of now that are streaming Minecraft? Like, fucking Tommy in it.
No, it's just chatting.
Oh, but have you seen? Like,
Oh wait, GTA 5. Wow.
Oh yeah, because I've been seeing a lot more other like YouTubers are doing role playing in GTA 5, and that's been growing and having a big popularity right now. But whenever like one big streamers like Tommy Innit or other people like that are streaming Minecraft, it just jumps. And let me just say something. Tommy Innit is like around our age, and he gets over 100,000 viewers each stream, and that for a 16-year-old,
insane.
Yeah, and their fan bases. Oh well, I think he was not ready at the start of it, but let's just say their fan bases were doing, NSFW art of him and his friend, which were under 18, and a bunch of people were like making videos telling them to stop. And Tommy Innit did that, shout this out and just saying, "Stop it! It's not fine." Like we're literally under 16 years, like we're literally under 18 years old. And I think they haven't stopped. And there's some Twitter accounts that were saying like, I want to just watch Tommy Innit sleep at night. And there's some other ones that are like, I want Tommy Innit dog so I can choke him at night. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's kind of scary.
There's always people like that in the fan base. It's just, I really wish there weren't. That's a lot of the reason why, for me, I don't really want to stream with my face cam, because there are, even like with how small of a streamer I am, there are some weirdos out there who just, that's what you look like, and then just send me photos of like just the weird things. They'll try and find where I live, find out exactly who I am. It's just, I couldn't imagine being someone like Tommy Innit, 100K viewers, and just at any moment any one of them could be drawing something crazy.
Yeah, and especially for like women streamers. Do you remember the like a woman streaming that had a stalker, and I think she had to move, but also like called the police on him multiple times. They didn't really do nothing, just gave him a restraining order. But then one time it got really bad, the stalker was like chasing her, and I think he had a knife. And then she went to like a grocery store, and there's like two people coming out, and she kind of went up to them, and then they noticed the stalker chasing her, and they just like, I think, tackle him or kick him and just beat him up and just turn him into the police, which was that's scary. And plus, the stalker was like right in her backyard at her house. And just knowing that can happen to pretty much everyone, kind of didn't want me to stop streaming. Like, just cancel my career on streaming, which is, you know, scary. But who knows? Because I do have family, and I just want to like protect them. I don't want anything happening to them, because they can easily blackmail me.
Definitely.
And some cops won't be doing stuff, and it's just scary. And I know, like, in my neighborhood, I live close to apartments, and the apartments are kind of ghetto, which made our neighborhood kind of ghetto too, because I can always hear police and sometimes gunshot. But I was like, they're just fireworks. But yeah, but it's crazy because they're like kids living there and always playing, and just wondering, like, one day you just hear like someone stealing them, or something, because that can happen to pretty much everyone. And I grew up like, I remember my grandparents always babysitting me and my brother when we were super little, and they were in apartments, and I kind of grew up living in apartments, just always going there, staying there the whole day. And and this was during summer, but like staying there the whole day until like late at 5 or 3. And I always had so much memories and making so much friends, and always having my family there too, because I had my other grandparents from my dad's side there too, and then some of my dad's family there too. And I always just kind of grew up there, meeting and walking. And I remember bringing my GameCube, which I always grew up with, like, old consoles while I was growing up. And I just remember having so much early memories with that. And now I still have the GameCube, but I kind of stopped working, and every game I had before, I did not take good care of it, and now they're over $60 plus. And hopefully, I had this one Pokemon game. Hopefully, it wasn't the one, because I saw one Pokemon game for the GameCube. It's worth over $800. And hopefully, I didn't have that one, because I remember seeing it, but I never really connect my GameCube, and because I left my controller over there magical, I just absolutely destroyed them all. Like, seriously. Oh my god.
I've always
yeah,
tried to keep my games safe, because I've heard stories of people getting like millions of dollars off of the original Mario NES game or something. And it's always been like such a worry of mine that I'm gonna have a gold mine sitting in my closet somewhere, and I'm just gonna accidentally snap the disc in half and lose out on $1 billion.
Let me just say, I had multiple gold mines because I had Super Smash Bros. Melee, which is still really popular game on Twitch, which had multiple, like, before Smash Bros. Games came out, people were streaming it and had a big popularity. Even for some of the recent Smash Bros. Games, like the sequels before Melee came out, it was still bigger than them, and it always had a big fan base. But oh man, I had 2 of them and I broke them, and I even had the case. With the case, I would have made more money. Now I'm just rebuilding my collection that I had once I was a kid, and I just wanted to revisit them. But oh yeah. Right now, Andy from our chat is saying that the PlayStation 2 games, free money, invest the money in more old games, wait 10 years, and resell them twice as much. Let me tell you something. I kind of do that.
Stocks.
But PS2 games, like, the PlayStation was super big. It sold tremendously. Like, it sold so much. Like, I don't know. I sold so much because I had the DVD player, and that's the reason why a bunch of people got it. But there are some games, though, that the only reason why there's so much right now is because of popularity. And I have one of these games, and it's a fighting game, which I got a really good deal on it. I can look at my phone right now. Last time I checked, it was like 120. I got it for 70, and when I got it for 70, it was 140. And I have this in complete condition with manual, case, desk, all good, like all. And it's big because I got it for 70, and if it sells at 120, oh boy, I could make like basically double profit there. And oh wow, I remember. Okay, Oh, okay. I'm just looking at my collection on my phone, which shows me the price, right? And I'm looking at this game which I got for $20 on the GameCube. It's now selling for $38. Holy shit! I'm just looking at this right now, and it took me a while. All right, here's the art. Holy shit!
What?
Okay, the game which I'm talking about is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The last time I checked it, it went down $20. Now, I have this complete box. It's $217.
Oh wow! I see some of it going all the way up for 300.
Yeah. And let me just say, the only reason why
There's a Dreamcast one for 8,000.
Oh yeah, the Dreamcast one was made from Sega, and it kind of went down. But the one I have is for the PlayStation 2.
Dude, the $300 ones for the PlayStation 2, that's lowballing it. These are like, some of them are in the 500s.
Oh yeah. Also look up a game called Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3. It's gonna show up if you put Dragon Ball Budokai. But I remember seeing this.
Dude,
it's 3.
I don't know how you expect me to spell that.
Just put Dragon Ball and then space with the letter P, and it should like show up. But I remember seeing this, and I remember seeing it at the retro game store, and it was like steadily going up. And I always remember seeing videos about it because there was always like a big community, and everyone loves it because I mean, always people made, mods. So I remember going there with my to a retro game store, and I remember seeing it, and I kind of wanted to get it, but it was like 40 to 50, right? And now that I found it on eBay, I saw it for like 100, over 100. And if I would have got that game, I would have been sitting on Gourmet, and I think it's still going up. It's not even stopping. And there's been other Dragon Ball games that's been way more successful, including a game called Dragon Ball Fighter Z, which was basically stole the crowd from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which was a sequel from their threequel. And it just took it because there was also a 3v3, and it just took the crowd. And a lot of people, even from people that played different games like Smash Bros, came on it and started, playing it. And it was so big at one point that it just, no one was playing other fighting games. It was that big. And it's still being big, even though after having another game, it's still big, which is completely baffling. After another game was announced, they still have they finished up their DLC, which is Season Pass 3, and that had a lot of amazing characters. That unique characters like Master Roshi, which probably you don't know, Uber.
I do not. I don't know any of the fighting ones, especially not from the Dragon Ball universe.
Yeah, but yeah, seriously, if you have any retro games, just take care of it. Even if it's a little bit damaged, you wanna take care of it. Recently, when I went to Texas, I went to retro video game stores with my aunt, and she has a big array collection because she was collecting them when they were still really low, because she had Nintendo and other Nintendo 64 and GameCube games, and she just saved them, and she got them at a really low price, and now that they're over $60. She has a big gold mine that's probably worth over $5,000. in terms of all of it. And my collection, just with a little bit of like, not even probably half, using this app I have on my phone, which uses basically, you know, uses the average price, which finds price charting websites. It shows you how much I have, like it shows you how much money it all has together, including the consoles. And I think last time I checked, like let me check. Let me see if I can check again. Okay, yeah. Together I have like, this is half of it, but together I have $898, like in total, which is
I think if I combine my entire like all the games I had, I'd probably have like $200 max. I don't have any of their rare games.
Yeah, usually, some rare games I had, it was mostly when I was a kid and I really took care of them. Especially the GameCube wasn't mine to begin with. It was a hand me down from my cousin, and oh boy, I definitely did not take care of it. Oh, but recently, I didn't finish talking about the story from Texas, but recently, I got this console that plays Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis, and I bought it, and I still have it right now. I think might do Super Mario Bros. 3 speedruns, which is pretty fun. But yeah, I recently got that, and I'm growing my collection like steadily. Which I had to I had this shelves with a bunch of stuff from my parents, and I had to move it because my collection was getting so big that I had to move my Xbox games, include 360 and the original Xbox, to their own shelf because it was so big. It was getting so big, so I had to make new space for it, which just baffles me because I've been doing this in the middle of in the summer of quarantine, and I've just been steadily doing growing out my games, so it's pretty fun. Oh, but yeah,
I think probably now. I think most of the games I have are digital, so I couldn't sell them if I tried.
oh yeah. Wait, do you even have a console over or no?
I have 3 Xbox 360s, 2 whites, and then one of the actual good ones.
Oh yeah, the Xbox Model
And
S,
a
right?
PS3.
Oh shit, dude. Wait, is it the
And an
PS3?
Xbox One. I don't know where it is.
Wait, is it the PS3 that can play both PS2 and PS1 games, or do you not know?
I have never plugged it in. I traded one of my. I originally had 4 Xboxes, and I traded one of them for a PS3. The other guy got absolutely scammed. It was like $200 for a $50 Xbox.
Damn.
But
But
they
check
wanted
it.
an Xbox.
Damn. I actually grew up with the Model S, and then I got the Connect, which I have so many memories of. But yeah, I didn't even get fucking online Xbox Live until it was in until Black Ops 3 came out. that's when I got online.
Never had Live.
No, my parents were kind of against it because talking to strangers, and even then they're still kind of strict about it. But man, so I grew up playing campaign, and being on Halo 3 multiplayer maps all alone, and just, creating my own thing. And this was around when I was watching Red vs. Blue. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's an old series.
Yeah, and this was when machinima was a thing too. I recently saw the documentary of the rise and fall of machinima, which I never knew what they were scamming people. It was big.
I mean,
Yeah, it's.
if
Oh, go ahead.
they weren't really scamming people.
Yeah, they were just taking about 40% off the cut.
They were giving them an opportunity, guys. Come on, Machinima's not that bad.
I think they're just bankrupt us right now, right?
Yeah, everyone realized how horrible they were, so they stopped signing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they lost everything.
Oh, yeah.
L deserved it.
Oh, Yeah, dude, there's a lot of things that we have probably not have talked about right now in the podcast, but it's already the 1 hour mark, and I don't know. I do have to like take a shower and all that, but
Yeah,
yeah, you wanna stop right here, or should we continue with more stuff?
I definitely think there's a lot of topics we could discuss, but
Yeah,
we should probably keep it around 1 hour just for the consistency throughout the podcast. And
Yeah.
besides, if we talk about everything now, we won't have a topic for next podcast.
true, and plus,
But before we end this off, why don't we, if you do already have it confirmed, do you know who we might be able to expect in the next podcast?
maybe I still have to talk with some people. I will kind of say it's maybe Trainer Gabe, but I'm not entirely sure. I might switch it up, but probably I can probably talk with Trainer Gabe because I know he has kind of like a balance between school and Twitch, so he basically has time. So I know he can balance it out. But it's still gonna be like probably 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks until the next podcast because I mean during that time a lot of more topics will pop up. So yeah,
Yeah. Of course.
yeah. But
I think I'll have graduated by the time the next podcast
yeah.
comes out.
yeah, you have like 6 days, don't you? Right?
4 days left.
4 days. Oh,
Technically 3 more school days.
oh. At my school
But
they have like
there's-
6 days left, or 4. I don't know. Probably 4. But yeah, But-
Almost free.
you're almost free. I still have like a year, maybe 2, but who knows? But yeah, that's our podcast. We still don't have a name, but if you want to give us suggestions, remember this is streamed live on Twitch. You can either go to Uber's, which is Uber Epic Gamers on Twitch, or myself on White Came Back. You didn't stream
Show
today,
to
right?
the stream, you'll catch us live next time.
Yeah, you can even ask questions.
I stream once a month.
Yeah, and the VOD
We'll be
will
having
always.
questions
Oh, yeah, you go ahead.
when we get I think it will be Trainer Gabe. When we get him online for the next podcast, we'll have a little question segment. And if any viewers want to come in and ask, we're more than welcome to.
Yeah. So come on down to like Twitch. It's streamed live either on my channel or his. It's probably gonna be in the description because we're gonna put this VOD up on YouTube, which is probably gonna be unedited. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, hey, be sure to check us out on Twitch. We're probably gonna be streaming tomorrow or on the weekends. We stream different games and probably are there together.
And if you are watching this on YouTube, check the description. There'll be a server invite, and you can
Yeah.
get you notified about
Yeah.
the next release.
To both of our servers right now. Because we have both of our servers. I just read the chat and Andy was like, imagine not being on Twitch. Oh, but you should listen to Andy. Imagine not being on Twitch and not watching the stream live because you like what Uber said, you can ask questions during the guests and we just can have a lot. And also we could drop sudden hints throughout the podcast. Maybe. Because we can invite guests and they can give you news, like early news on what they're doing. And if you haven't seen this special guest YouTube channel, hey, you might get to know them and meet new people on the podcast. Like I said, if you have any like we still don't have a name, but if you want to give us a name, just drop it in the comments down below or come to our Discord servers. But anyway, and also
And with that, I think we're gonna have to wrap up the podcast.
yeah, it's
Now, how do we end one of these? The first podcast. Do we have like an outro planned? Anything special?
no, not yet. But I do want to talk about one thing. If you have anyone you wanna invite, like, do you wanna tell us to invite on the podcast? Please tell us because that will give us a lot more options to work with. Not just from the server community, but we can have new people on. Even if we didn't meet them, we can just always research them and have them on the podcast. Because there's certainly other streamers that I do wanna have on the podcast that do not come from the server community. And yeah, maybe one of these days we're gonna have a big YouTube celebrity like Lugwood, Uber. But hey, till that day comes, we are your hosts. I'm Wycam back, and he's.
I'm Uber.
Hey.
Uber Epic Gamer. Full name. It's Uber though.
Yeah.
You should like, comment, and sub.
Yeah. And yeah, if you have any name suggestions or people you want to mention on the invite on the podcast, please tell us in the comments below or on the service. But that will be it of the podcast. So I will see you guys later, and thank you for making it to the end.